Hello, good evening, and welcome to Mazama High School for round one of the OSAA OnPoint Community Credit Union 4A Football State Championships. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. It's the number 3 seed, Henley, against the number 14 seed, Seaside. We will tell you everything you need to know about this matchup, including why this game isn't being played at Henley on our pregame show. After this break, we are back in 3 minutes, 10 seconds here on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Not corporate. At Klamath Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Back with you here at Mazama High School as number 3 seed Henley gets set to host number 14 Seaside in round 1 of the OSAA OnPoint Community Credit Union 4A Football State Championships. Once again, I am Matt Bowling. Alongside me is Kevin Petrik. And the reason this game is being played at Mazama tonight is because Henley's grass field last week got completely torn up as Henley actually hosted Mazama in the Southside Series. And, man, a absolute monsoon over there, Kevin.
People are still talking about the weather at last week's game. Henley's offense couldn't do much in that weather. They only threw the ball 3 or 4 times. So tonight we'll see a little different playbook. We should see a lot more variety on the offensive side of the ball. But yeah, that was a crazy weather event last week, and here we are at Mazama on their artificial turf, and Henley's played a lot of playoff games here, so they should feel comfortable tonight.
Actually, last week both teams had 1 pass attempt each.
Yeah,
Mazama missing their top running back, Chris Baldwin, who put up almost 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns in 7 games. Huge loss for the Vikings, and they just weren't able to get anything going. Henley ended up winning that game 40-8 to clinch back-to-back league titles for the first time since the 1994 and 1995 season. You look at Seaside, meanwhile, they played Tillamook, battle up for the runner-up spot in the Kawapa League. The Cheesemakers went up 27-6, but Seagulls stormed back. Unable to complete the comeback, though, ended up losing 27-20. That resulted in the Seagulls getting the 14 seed and getting sent here to Henley. You look at the top performers from each teams for last week. Zayden Anderson of Seaside, 3 touchdowns for him. He threw for 141 yards with 1 touchdown, ran for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ryder Jackson also had 74 yards rushing. Jordan Westerholm had 7 receptions for 73 yards and a touchdown for Henley. Joe Janney, this is why I say he is just a next-level player. You take away the passing game entirely, and he can still find ways to beat you. He ran for I lost it. He ran for 100. Oh, goodness. I completely lost my notes. He ran for 100. There it is. He ran for 16 yards and 4 touchdowns on 11 attempts, including one particularly nasty run, his second touchdown of the night, just absolutely trucking a couple of defenders on his way to the end zone. Trapper Kundal had his best rushing game of the season, 9 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Mark Carpenter, Henley's top receiver, he had the lone reception for 5 yards, but he also had a 91-yard punt return touchdown.
Yeah, Henley's offense is really improved every game this season. I feel like the running game is probably the best we've seen last week, and Joe Janney just continues to make good decisions. I think that of all of his skills, his decision-making is probably the top of the list. He's just really good at knowing when to keep the football, when to throw the football, when to throw it away. Just a lot of smart decisions helping that offense.
Joe Janney hasn't thrown an interception since week 4. He's got 5 on the season. We'll take another break, another 3-minute, 10-second break, and bring you a little insight into the bracket, as well as some more on how these teams match up when we come back here on the pregame show. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. You're watching Henley football on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
The information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
Sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Okay, apologies everybody. We actually have another 3:10 break that we got to get in before kickoff, so we will take that now and bring you game time on the other side. This is high school football on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Seaside won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half, so the Seagulls will kick off. Looks like Connor Shively, Mark Carpenter, and Jeremiah Brunick back to receive the kick from Jean Kwang. Want to welcome those of you who are just now tuning in on mybasin.com. Also want to welcome our radio listeners, 104.3 and 960 Sports here in Klamath Falls, and KSWB in Seaside taking our feed tonight. The Seagulls kickoff goes out of bounds, and from what we could hear in the coach's box next to us, it looks like they're going to make them re-kick.
Yeah, Henley has good kick returners, so anytime they can try to make a play back there, they want to do that, so we'll have a re-kick.
Henley, the 3 seed, hosting Seaside, the 14 seed here at Mazama. Hornets grass field got turned into a mud pit last week, so they opted to play here as Mazama is out of town. Their first round game up at Pendleton Nikiawe. We'll see if we can get you some score updates on that one throughout this game. Re-kick coming from the 35. Winner of this game will play either the number 6 seed Philomath or the number 11 seed LeGrand. Carpenter returns. Carpenter still going. Carpenter spinning his way to the 50-yard line.
He is such a dangerous returner and receiver when he gets the ball. Another great play from Mark to start the game. Taking the ball just near midfield, and that's where Henley will start.
He ran a punt back 91 yards last week to open the scoring against Mazama. Now he gets Henley to their own 42-yard line to start this game. Play action. Carpenter into the secondary, brought down at the Seaside 41.
Good first down play for Henley there. Just a little flare route to the near side of the field. And Carpenter hasn't had a chance to really handle the ball much because of the weather and other situations last couple of weeks. So Henley's going to try to find him early and often.
Yeah, last week it was the weather. The week before that at Marshfield, they had him bracketed. Now here's a handoff to Jeremiah Brunick. He gets up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 4.
It's a good first down run. Both these teams will try to establish the run. Definitely one of the keys of tonight's game, but both teams can throw the football as well.
2nd and 6 for the Hornets. Carpenter all alone at the bottom of your screen. They go to him. He breaks the tackle. Jukes a man. Cuts back inside. Holds onto the ball despite taking a hit. And he may have gotten past the first down marker. I think they're going to give it to him.
It's going to be close. Seaside did a nice job that time. They didn't let Mark get too many yards after the catch.
After some hesitation, it is a first down for Henley. Hornets ball on the Seaside 31. Same formation for Henley, it looks like. Handoff to Trapper Kundal. Room on the right side. First down and more. Brought down at the 5.
Nice run that time. A lot of room on that far side. Trapper started the left side of the field and found a lane around the outside around that end. Huge gain for the Hornets.
It looks like we have an injured Seaside player over on the far sideline. They're helping him up now. Appears to be Landon Nofield, the junior defensive back. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him there.
Henley with a strong opening drive here. And that ball's right near the 5-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
Carpenter and Bryson Montag lining up on the left side. Connor Shively over on the right. And it looks like Trapper Kundal is in the backfield with Janney. 10:09 on the clock here in the first quarter. Opening drive for Henley.
We'll see Henley rotate those running backs. We'll see Kern and Brunick along with Kundal at running back.
A three-headed monster, they call it. And all of those guys have at least 250 yards on the season rushing. Here we go. It is a handoff. No, fake handoff. Joe Janney takes it in for a touchdown.
Janney's very good with the football. Good. He kind of faked that handoff to that first back through and then kept it for himself. And an easy touchdown around that right side. And Henley scores in a hurry here.
Max Tobiasen on for the PAT. Well executed fake there. They had Seaside completely fooled, even had me fooled, Kevin. Tobiasen avoids a blocker and knocks the PAT through. So, with 10:06 to go in the first quarter, Henley goes up 7-0. We're back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
A 5-yard touchdown run by Joe Janney gives Henley a 7-0 lead over Seaside with 10:06 remaining in the first quarter. Seagulls getting ready for their opening possession as Max Tobiasen gets set to kick off. It's a short kick, returned from the 20 to midfield. Goes Jordan Westerholm. So good starting position here for Seaside as they look to answer the Henley touchdown.
Seaside, through 9 games this year, they've scored 35 points or more in 5 of those games. So they know how to score the football. They have very good skill players. They get their first chance here in the first quarter.
Zayden Anderson with 3 in the backfield with him. It's a handoff to Ryder Jackson. Jackson, big hole, bye-bye. Touchdown Seaside on the first play of the drive. Right. Go ahead.
No, nothing tricky about that, Matt. Just good blocking, sealed off that edge on the near side of the field, and he had the speed. He's quick.
Ryder Jackson was second-team All-State at running back last season. Last spring, he finished second in the 100 meters at the 4A championship meet. Ran an 11:06. And he showed every bit of that speed there. The PAT is no good. Wide right from Jean Kwong, so it remains 7-6. Henley in front with 9:52 to go in the first quarter. Back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Ryder Jackson, the junior running back, breaks off a 50-yard touchdown to get Seaside within 7-6 of Henley. 9:52 to go in the first quarter. Another short kick. This one returned by Jeremiah Brunick. Looking for space. Evades a couple tacklers. Up past the 30, and they get to him there. This game is a rematch of last year's season opener. That was Joe Janney's first game as a starting quarterback at the varsity level. He completed 7 of 8 passes for 71 yards and 1 touchdown while rushing for 24 yards on 5 attempts. Very safe to say this is not the same Joe Janney that started this game.
Yeah, it just come a long way, as this Henley offense has as well.
Since the start of last year's playoffs, so 13 games, including this one, in the past 13 games, including this one, Janney has accounted for more than 3,300 total yards and 49 touchdowns. Most outstanding Henley player in last year's state championship win. Here's a nice run by Trapper Kundal, and that's going to get Henley past the first down marker.
Yeah, pickup of 10, just enough for the first down. And the offense is looking very good here early. We thought we might see a high-scoring game, and that's what we're getting. So far, still 9.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
Ball on the Henley 43. Handoff. Kundal. Room on the left side. And he's forced out of bounds at the 47.
It's a good pickup on first down. Looks like he got about 4 maybe. He had a good block from Jason Kern to get around the end that time.
It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Hornets. Or 2nd and 6, rather. Another handoff. Up the middle goes Kundal. And that's going to be no gain.
Yeah, there wasn't much room in there that time. Hudson Jones among the tacklers there for Seaside. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Third and 6 for the Hornets. Carpenter alone at the bottom of your screen. Janney to throw. Looks right side for Montag, but it's over his head. So Henley's going to have to punt.
Ball just slightly overthrown. Henley had numbers on that side. They went with trips over there. And they had a chance to complete that, just couldn't execute. And Seaside will probably get the ball back here.
Max Tobiasen is going to come on to punt. That's different from what we've seen this season. In the past 2 seasons, Joe Janney has been the one handling the punting duties. Tobiason's punt is blocked. It's fumbled, recovered. It could have been a scoop and score, but Seaside's going to have it inside the Henley 25.
Yeah, Henley was fortunate that wasn't picked up and run back for a touchdown, but a good defensive play. Blocked punt right there. I believe that was Carlos Silva Villa. Got his hand on the football, and Braden Cooley fell on it. And Seaside's in good position here. Ball inside the 25 of Henley.
Zayden Anderson lining up under center. Toss to Jackson. Wrapped up and thrown down.
Mark Carpenter over there. Read that play perfectly. Came up from that DB spot and tackle for loss right there. Bring up second down.
Ryder Jackson, we mentioned, second team All-State last year. Over 1,200 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns while averaging about 10 yards per carry. Now he lines up behind Anderson. 2nd and 11. They'll give it to him. Looking for room up the middle, and there's very little there. It's going to be a gain of about 3.
It's like Ronan Wright in there to make the stop. Short gain. And we've seen this a lot, Matt, in different games. Sometimes it takes a series to just realize how fast these players are. I know when teams play Henley, they don't realize how fast Janney is, and I think Jackson was the same. I think Henley was a little bit surprised with his speed on that first carry, and they're definitely keeping an eye on him here on this drive.
Looks like Jake White is in there at running back now. Another very fast player, clocked a 4.540 in September. Top speed just over 22 miles an hour. Now he motions out to the left side, but it's going to be a draw for Zayden Anderson, the quarterback. He gets lit up short of the first down. I think this is 4-down territory for the Seagulls, though. They're going to keep the offense on the field. Call it 4th and 4.
Trapper Kundal made a nice tackle. It was kind of a one-on-one situation up the middle there. He made a good tackle. Didn't give up the first down. And now Seaside has a decision to make here with 4th down.
5:35 on the clock here in the first quarter. White in at running back behind Anderson. And Seaside calls timeout. We'll take 1-2 back in 40 seconds here on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's start here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Seaside going for it on 4th and 4 from the Henley 18-yard line. Seagulls trail 7-6 with 5:25 to go in the first quarter. A blocked punt set them up nicely. Anderson back to throw. Pressure coming. Lets it go. Overthrows his receiver in the end zone. He was looking for Jordan Westerholm, and Henley's going to get the ball back.
Ball just slightly overthrown. Bryson Montag with the coverage out there. And that near side of the end zone, and a good stop for the Hornets. We've seen that a lot this year. That Henley defense give up some yards, give a team a short field, and they just Play good defense and don't give up any points. Good break for Henley there.
Bend but don't break.
Yeah.
So Joe Janney and the Henley offense back out onto the field. Their last drive, they got a first down on the first play, then went 3 and out. They start from their own 18. Janney to throw. Quick out. It's Carpenter. Carpenter wrapped up at the 20.
Once again, Henley finding ways to get Carpenter the football. Short passes.
Doing a good job so far, Seaside is, not letting Carpenter into open field.
Right. Keeping him in front. Don't want to give up the big play.
36 receptions for 804 yards coming into this game. 528 of those yards were after the catch. 2nd and 8. Janney looking to throw again. Hangs in there. A bomb! Shively dropped it. He had it right up until the last second.
Yeah, there was a missed coverage over there. He was wide open, and Janney made a nice throw. Put a lot of air under it. That ball was thrown well past the 50-yard line. Just couldn't make the grab. And that'll bring up 3rd down now for Henley.
Bit of a high pressure down here for Henley. They would have to punt from pretty deep in their own territory if they don't pick up this first. Only up 7-6. Janney throws. Caught! Mark Carpenter tiptoes. And that's a first down.
What a great play. They make that look so easy. Janney just sprinting to his right. Throw on the run. Carpenter knew right where the first down marker was. Made his break to the sideline. And makes a clean catch for the first down. Well done.
Janney had room to run there, too. But a great connection to Mark Carpenter. Fresh set of downs for the Hornets on their own 32. Here's a handoff to Brunick. Brunick with a cut inside. And it's going to be a gain of 2.
Brunick showing some good upper body strength. He's broken a few tackles. That could have been a tackle for a loss, but he shook off a tackler and picked up a few.
Only had 2 carries for 8 yards last week. Hornets were kind of riding the hot hand with Trapper Kundal, getting a little bit away from the 3-headed monster. Kundal, as we said earlier, had 91 yards and a touchdown on 9 carries last week. Play action. Janney pressured immediately. Janney sacked. Braden Cooley, sophomore linebacker, getting in there.
He came from the near side of the field, and he wasn't blocked at all. He had a good run at Janney, and that's a big loss.
3:05 left in the first quarter. Clock running still. It's 3rd and 17 for Henley. See what they dial up here. Don't necessarily need to throw it deep. Janney and Carpenter are explosive enough. And looks like it's a Henley timeout.
That is the case.
All right. We'll step aside. Back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Henley with the 3rd and 17 from their own 25. Hornets up 7-6 with 2:43 left in the first quarter. First round of the OSAA OnPoint Community Credit Union 4A Football State Championships. Janney with a quick throw to Carpenter, and they wrap him up.
Yeah, Henley went with a short pass that time, hoping for some yards after the catch. But Seaside was in a good defensive position. That's a short gain, and that will bring up 4th down. Seaside's had big plays. This game is not even a quarter old, but a blocked punt, a 50-yard touchdown run, that sack was huge. And they're going to get the football back.
Looks like Janney will stay out there to punt after Max Tobiasen had his blocked. And this is a nice kick. Returned from the opposite 30. Flag comes in as Jordan Westerholm advances it to the 45. Judging by the reaction of Alex Stork in the box next to us, I think this might be coming back.
Yeah, Mark Carpenter again causing problems for that Seaside team over there. He was going to make that tackle. He was blocked in the back. Just about the point where the ball was caught. So the officials, I assume, will mark it back. And that's another good break for Henley. Seaside defense playing very well so far. Teams haven't had a lot of luck against this Henley offense, but they've done a nice job early. Henley scored on that first drive, but Seaside making some nice adjustments.
Score update on the Mazama game. Vikings trail Pendleton 7-0 with 9:58 to go in the second quarter. Pendleton Nick Yahweh, I should say, the co-op. As the handoff to Jake White goes for a gain of about 3.
Nolan Sieben with a good tackle. We call his name often on that defensive side of the ball. Seaside now pick up the pace a little bit. They're on the football.
2nd and 7. Anderson, designed run, goes nowhere. Max Tobiasen was right on him. He had a little help.
Yeah, good play from Max there. Yeah, Seaside was on the football in a hurry, but then there seemed to be some confusion. I think they wanted to snap the ball earlier than they did. And they had some confusion getting players in the right spot there. And that was just a short gain, and that will bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6 with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jake White in the backfield with Zayden Anderson. Anderson to throw with time. Going deep over the middle. Jackson beats Montag, and he's dragged down just short of the touchdown. Ryder Jackson just used a little speed boost there to separate from Montag. And all of a sudden, Seaside is 3 yards away from taking the lead.
What a terrific throw. Just went for the deep ball home run right there. And the key to that play was the line. Good line blocking. Plenty of time to throw the football and give Jackson time to get downfield. Huge play.
That's how we're going to end the first quarter. Henley 7, Seaside 6. But maybe not for much longer. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. We're back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Ryder Jackson's speed continues to cause problems for Henley. On third down, they threw it deep to him, and he kind of activated a little turbo boost to separate from Bryson Montag. They tackled him at the 3-yard line. Handoff, Jackson in for the touchdown. And on the first play of the second quarter, the number 14 seed takes the lead here in Klamath Falls.
Well, these coaches before the game, I spoke with them a little bit, and their talent was not lost on them. Seaside's got good skill players. Anderson's very good at quarterback, and they have a good running game. And they're showing it.
Looks like they're going for two here. A throw and a catch. It was a handoff to Jordan Westerholm. He threw it to Jake White in the end zone. And Seaside gets that missed PAT back. 11:56 to go in the first half, and the Seagulls are up 14-7. We'll keep it here for you as they get ready for the kickoff.
That was a nifty play. They handed the ball off and then threw it. And by that time, there was enough chaos in the middle of the field there. Had a receiver open in the end zone for the easy two-point conversion.
Aaron Tanabe, sixth-year head coach at Seaside. Originally from Hilo, Hawaii, played offensive line at Southern Oregon and Linfield. Tipping into his bag of tricks there.
Yeah, Seaside playing a nice game, calling a good offensive game. Playing very well on defense so far. And they've earned the lead here early in the second quarter. They're up by 7.
Kick is returned from inside the 10 by Brunick. Brunick with some space. They tackle him just shy of the 30. So now Henley comes onto the field down a touchdown.
Yeah, Henley hasn't had to play from behind much this year. So we'll see how they respond.
Well, not recently at least. They came from behind in 4 of their first 5 wins. Janney back to throw. He's got Carpenter! Caught at the 40 and wrestled out at the 35. You could see that play developing. Carpenter got plenty of separation, and he's able to haul it in to get Henley into Seaside territory in one play.
Yeah, and the key once again was Janney had a lot of time. These defenses are going to have to figure out ways to get to these quarterbacks. We have two very good quarterbacks here tonight. If they have time, they will make you pay.
Janney designed run. Janney makes a cut, slips a defender. There goes Janney. He hit the pylon. They're going to call him out at the 1.
What a great run. He stepped right on the pylon, but they didn't give him the touchdown. He'll be just outside the goal line. And what a great block on the outside by Bryson Montag. And that's all Janney usually needs. If he can get one good block and find some room, he is tough to catch. And Henley now right on the goal line.
Janney up the middle. Touchdown. Great response by the Hornets. And we're a PAT away from a tie game. 11:14 on the clock here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Janney picking up right where he left off last week. He scored 4 times, and he's already got a couple here tonight.
4 rushing touchdowns, we should mention,
right,
in case you missed our discussion of the conditions in the pregame show. The PAT is no good. So Seaside keeps the lead 14-13. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. We're back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
(14-13) Seaside with 11:14 to go here in the second quarter. Each team has missed a PAT tonight, and they've both come at the same goalpost. Kickoff is returned by Westerholm, and they wrap him up just past the 20. Henley did a great job answering after giving up the go-ahead touchdown to Seaside. We'll see if the Seagulls can counter here.
Good coverage on that kickoff from the Hornets. Special teams have not been kind to Henley here in this first half. Struggled a little bit. Now we'll see what their defense can do.
Zayden Anderson, we haven't had much of an opportunity to talk about him because he hasn't thrown very much, but he launched a dime to Ryder Jackson to set up Seaside's last touchdown. And now Jackson plunges up the middle for a short gain. Anderson, easily one of the best quarterbacks Henley has faced this season. He has a Division III offer from Pacific. Played in the Les Schwab Bowl this summer. That's probably the most prestigious all-star high school football all-star game in Oregon. It's a toss, broken tackle. That time they trip up Jackson. And a flag comes in.
That flag was thrown after the play from the back judge there. We'll see what they do. Nolan Sieben in the backfield the last 2 plays. Had a chance for a tackle for loss just outside of his grasp. So Henley getting good penetration on that defensive line.
He had a fantastic game last week. 11 tackles, 4 for loss, and a fumble recovery. Penalties against Henley. It's going to give Seaside the ball on their own 45.
Henley making a few mistakes here early. That's a good break for Seaside.
14 seed trying to pull off an upset. Would be a major upset. We'll discuss that more at halftime. But a dive up the middle by Anderson. Gains about 3.
But that was just a quick hit there. Snapped it to Anderson, and he just went straight ahead. And that'll bring up a second down.
It's like they're lining up in the same formation. Anderson under center. This time it's a pitch to Jackson. Jackson turns on the Jets, and he's going to be forced out in Henley territory. Another burst of speed as he made that cut inside.
He's very quick, and he's good at spotting that crease. He just needs a little crease, a good block on the outside there, and he picks up another first down.
Handoff up the middle, and another short gain. That's Jake White on the carry.
Ronan Wright in on the tackle for Henley. They picked up about 3, and that'll bring up second down. Seaside quickly on the ball again.
Fumble. Bad snap.
That was a fortunate play, Matt. That went right through the quarterback's hands, and it caromed right into White's hands. So he just found the ball in his belly, and he took off. And what could have been a really tough break for Seaside turns into a gain of about 1 yard. So fortunate situation on a mishandled snap.
3rd and 8 for the Seagulls. On the Henley 36, Anderson has an open Jackson. Oh, they pull a Statue of Liberty. And that's going to be a first down. Jordan Westerholm.
That was well executed. First receiver just ran a hook. Made a nice catch, and that second receiver trailing. Gets the little lateral.
Maybe not quite the Statue of Liberty, but a similar idea.
Yep. Another creative play from the Seagulls, and they get a first down.
Anderson, quick throw. Jackson in space, spins out of a tackle. It takes a couple Hornets to bring him down. He's inside the 20.
Yeah, Jackson unaccounted for. He was split out that time. And you don't want to leave him alone. That was just a one-step drop. They fired it out there. And he made a nice gain out of that. He's second down and about 4. Seaside's offense looking very strong here in this first half. They hang on to a 1-point lead.
2nd and 4. Up the middle, Jackson. First down.
Looks like Trapper Kundal in on the tackle there for Henley, but it was enough, just enough for a first down.
I'm sorry, I should have said hook and ladder earlier. I got the Boise State trick plays from that Fiesta Bowl against Oklahoma mixed up.
I knew what you meant, Matt.
Yeah. Those of us who went to Oklahoma try to forget about that game. Pitch out to Jackson. Loses the ball, but I think it bounced right back to him.
Once again, Nolan Sieben in the backfield. He's getting in there, and he forced that run to the inside that time. So a good piece of defense there, and no gain on first down. Seaside now taking their time. They've done a really good job of mixing things up, throwing and passing. Sometimes they'll hurry up to the football, then they'll take their time, trying to keep that defense off balance. And they're spending a lot of time now. And they're going to call a timeout maybe.
5:36 left in the second quarter. Seaside with the ball in the red zone. We're back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Second and 10 from the 13. Anderson over the middle. Bounces off the hands of his receiver. I think that was Ryder Jackson, the intended target there.
That was good defense by Henley that time. That's the first time they've really applied pressure. Max Tobiasen forced Anderson to throw the football a little sooner than he wanted to. Mark Carpenter had good coverage. The football thrown right in the middle of the field in the seam there and fell incomplete. So some good defense that time from Henley.
I think that might have actually been Hayden Halson, the intended receiver. 3rd and 10. Anderson looking for the corner. He's got his man that time. It is Halson. And it's going to be 4th and short.
Shively out there with the coverage did a nice job keeping the receiver in front of him and short of the first down. So although there was a completion now, we've got a 4th down situation for the Seagulls. It's a huge play.
4th and 3. Seagulls taking their time in the huddle. Anderson in the backfield, in the shotgun. Drops back. Over the middle. Misses his man. Another massive stand for the Henley defense.
That was Shively again back there on the coverage. Good defense from Henley. They did the same thing on that 4th down try earlier in the game. They brought everybody close, played those receivers tight, man-to-man back there. And the pass fell incomplete. So another good stop from that Henley defense.
5:22 left in the first half. Henley gets the ball on their own 6.
Hornets trail by a point, 14-13. They've got a lot of field in front of them now. They'll take the ball over deep in their own territory.
Janney from the shotgun, hands it to Kundal. He gets tripped up. And that's going to be a very short gain, if a gain at all.
Good defensive play from Jake White over on that far side. Made a good tackle, tripped him up. It's only a gain of 1.
Henley now taking their time. Getting the play call in. Seaside will receive the second half kickoff. Designed run. Janney bottled up.
Yeah, no room there between the tackles. That goes for no gain. I'll bring up a 3rd down. What a great game tonight. Tight game, a lot of talent on both sides of the football. Some good coaching, both sidelines. Playoff game, just what you want to see late in the season. 2 good teams.
Coming up on 4 minutes, 3rd and 9 for Henley. Janney back to throw with time. Scrambles. He's going to take off with it. Jukes out a defender. Joe Janney's got the first down and more. Knocked out at the 30.
Like we've talked about all season, good decision making. He really wanted to throw that football, but there was good coverage in that secondary. He had nowhere to throw, so he took the ball on his own around the end, and he made a nice move. Juked one defender inside and took it back out. Huge first down for Henley.
Janney, pump fake, now throws, but at the feet of Carpenter.
Janney was under pressure that time. That was Braden Cooley again, applying the pressure in the backfield. And Janney did everything he could there just to get rid of the football. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Second and 10. 3:39 to go. Janney in trouble. Escapes for a moment. Tries to throw the ball. Seaside thinks they just got a scoop and score, but the whistle's blowing. I think they're going to rule out a forward pass.
That was Hudson Jones that time, and Cooley applying pressure. Janney was forced out of the pocket, had to scramble out there. Now a late flag comes in. They may call that intentional grounding. Looked like he might have been down before he threw the football. He just tried to get rid of the ball to avoid a sack. And we'll see what the officials decide here. There is a penalty flag down. And that is the call, intentional grounding. There was nobody over there. Joe just trying to make a desperation play there. And that'll cost Henley some yards and a down. That's a tough break. We talked about the importance of putting pressure on these quarterbacks. And Seaside's done that a couple times here, helping out their cause.
3rd and 25 now for Henley. Janney faced a lot of pressure in the first half of the season. Was able to put up pretty solid numbers despite it.
Yeah, Seaside's done a good job with coverage down the field, so he scrambled. Doesn't have receivers he can hit, at least not yet.
Janney to throw. Under pressure, looking deep for Montag, and he can't haul it in. Off his hands, and the Hornets are going to have to punt with 3:23 left in the first half.
Jackson was back there on the coverage for Seaside, and that ball was well thrown. It was high in the air. Montag had a good jump on the ball. He got his hands on it. He was the first one to the football, but he couldn't bring it in. And now Henley will have to punt.
Jackson was honorable mention All-State at defensive back last season. 2 interceptions, 64 tackles. Really dynamic athlete despite only being listed at 5'6", 150.
Henley had some personnel issues. They're going to have to use timeout.
Hornets down 1. Getting set to punt. We will keep it here. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. First round of the OSAA OnPoint Community Credit Union 4A Football State Championships. It's the 14 seed Seaside who made the 6-hour drive to Klamath Falls with a 1-point lead over the 3 seed and defending state champions, Henley.
These teams playing even, Matt. Henley's had a little difficulty with penalties and some tackles for loss. That'll always kill a drive, and they've had just some untimely errors in this first half. But they're still close. They're only down by a point. So they're definitely in this game. But Seaside playing very well, making the long trip. They don't seem to be affected at all. They're playing well.
They did get here yesterday and stayed the night. They're going to be driving back tonight. That's one of the reasons we started this game at 6 instead of the usual 7. But still, you're looking at about maybe a 2 a.m. arrival time. Probably later than that, probably more like 3. Janney able to get a good punt to about midfield, and it's going to be fumbled. He was calling for the fair catch. And now shaken up is Jordan Westerholm. He was calling for the fair catch. It bounced off his hands. Able to recover it, but now he is down.
Yeah, there was a pretty big collision. After he mishandled the kick, Mark Carpenter came in. I believe that was him trying to pick up the loose ball. And little collision there. So Seaside will maintain possession.
Well, hang on. We've got a flag back, looks like near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I was looking at the returner, Matt. I did not see the flag back there.
It's holding on Seaside.
We'll see if there was a.
So that's going to push them back to their own 38.
So they will maintain possession, but they'll mark off the penalty.
Anderson in the backfield with Jackson. Hands it to Jackson. Makes a cut, and it'll be a pickup of about 4.
Pretty good first down carry there. Seaside's got about 3 minutes. That's plenty of time to put together a drive and extend their lead. Good tackle over there for the Hornets from Cooper Mathis.
Seagulls taking their time in the huddle. No need to rush yet. Trying to play that clock just right so they can have the last possession of the half. 2nd and 6.
A lot of confusion in that backfield here, Matt.
And Seaside calls timeout, but Henley's saying they don't have one.
The scoreboard does show one left. I do believe that is their third and final timeout of the half. Yeah, there were a lot of players shifting. They weren't exactly sure where they needed to line up. So Seaside uses their last timeout to try to regain some order here and run this 2nd down play.
It's interesting to watch how both of these teams are playing the clock here in the late stage of the second half. They both want to have the last possession. Doesn't even necessarily matter that Seaside is getting the ball back to start the third quarter. They just both know that the other is capable of an explosive play.
Right. When you have two good offenses, that's what you're going to see. Both these teams have confidence in their offense, and they don't need much time to score, as we've seen tonight so far.
2nd and 6. Officials are conferring before we get going.
They are huddling, and now they're having another conference. I'm not sure exactly what
maybe trying to figure out if they did in fact give Seaside an extra timeout.
Yeah, some of the coaches thought that might have been their fourth, and so that's probably what they're trying to figure out. Little confusion, but I don't think anything's going to change. I think Seaside come to the ball here with a 2nd down and 6.
Anderson takes off, and he is, looks like he might be just short of the marker. Only 3rd and 1.
Good run that time. Good work from Henley not to give up that first down. It's a big 3rd down here. They just need a yard. We'll see what they draw up.
From under center, looks like Anderson picks up the first down.
Just good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. I don't think he even had a snap count there. He just tapped the center, and they snapped it forward, and they get the first down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. 1:50 and counting. It's a toss to Jackson. Jackson spins away from a couple defenders, but they chase him down, and a late flag at the 45.
Some nice spins on that run. Jason Kern ended up making the tackle, but we have yet another penalty to sort out. And that one's going against the Hornets again. I didn't see the offense there.
Neither did I. It came kind of in a crowd of players.
I'm not sure if they're hitting too low, but that's the second one of those we've seen. And a big penalty. That moves the ball much closer now for Seaside. The officials are discussing the call again. Pace of this game has slowed down considerably. A pretty good rhythm. Both offenses were scoring the football, and now things have kind of slowed to a stop here. A lot of penalties, a lot of conferences. We're still trying to get it right. I think they're trying to fix the clock, Matt, the time. I think some time ran off.
Yeah, it currently reads 1:29.
I'm going to put a few seconds back up there, is my guess.
Some in the crowd are expressing their discontent.
Yeah.
Now the head ref is going to come on over toward the sideline.
I think they're having trouble communicating to the press box what they want.
1:33 on the game clock.
They're asking for it to be set to 1:33. Maybe the comm system isn't quite working right. Actually, Alex Stork had to come in from the coach's box to tell the clock operator. I think the referee told one of the coaches on the sideline, who then radioed up. Had to go through an intermediary to get that done. Hand off to Jackson. Jackson, big hole up the middle. Ryder Jackson inside the 15.
Bryson Montag, touchdown saving tackle. Jackson got through that second line, and he was on his way. The clock continues to run. We're at 1:20 and counting. Be a first down.
Ball on the Henley 14. 1:05 to go. Jackson tripped up in the backfield. Nolan Sieben gets in there and stops what could have been a big play.
He's been back there a lot this game. If I had to guess, I think he's spying Jackson at this point. I think he's pretty much following him wherever he goes. That's why we're seeing him in the backfield so often. He's really hurt Henley in this first half. Great play from Sieben.
No timeouts left for the Seagulls. They got to hurry up now. Play action, throw. Was that a catch? Yes, it was.
They have to hurry. That ball was thrown low, but a good catch right next to the turf.
Logan Norman on the reception there. And Seaside's got it at the 1. They get it in for the touchdown. Henley thought they had blown up the sneak attempt, but maybe some trickeration in that big crowd of players. It's a touchdown for the Seagulls.
I think that was Anderson. He just kept the football. He found a lane to his right over his guard, and he made it into the end zone.
So a PAT here could make it an 8-point lead. Jean Kwong has missed one tonight. Late addition to the line. PAT is blocked. So it'll stay a 7-point lead for Seaside with 12 seconds left in the first half.
We've seen a little bit of everything. Special teams on both sides just struggling a little bit tonight, having trouble with those conversions. And that keeps Henley within 7 just before the half here. That was good work from Seaside, scoring They had about 2 minutes to complete that drive. We didn't have time to talk about it because they were in a hurry up, but really important catch. That catch right at the goal line. That ball was thrown very low. The receiver was able to scoop it up, make the grab, and then one play later, Seagulls get into the end zone.
And they will get the ball back to start the third quarter. Kick is a squib. Returned by Shively. Shively up the middle, met near the 40. 6 seconds remaining.
Shively, nice run there, changed direction. Cut clear across the field. Almost got the ball out to the 40. Henley only has about 6 seconds left here in the half. We'll see if they decide to run a play.
That's enough time for them, though. We've seen them score a couple touchdowns over the past 2 seasons to end the first half.
Yeah, Jenny's got a strong enough arm. He can get the ball down there.
He can run it, too.
Right.
Jeremiah Brunick will be in the backfield with him. Designed run. Janney's got space. Janney wrestled down at the 40. Henley wants a horse collar, but I don't think they're going to get one.
That's going to be the end of the half right there.
The defending state champions are on upset alert. 14 seed Seaside leads 3 seed Henley. 2013 at halftime. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. We'll be back in 3 minutes, 10 seconds for our halftime show. This is high school football on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
Sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here. providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
It is halftime here at Mazama, and the number 14 seed Seaside has taken a 20-13 lead over the number 3 seed Henley. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. This is really a shocking turn of events here. We didn't anticipate that Henley would have too much trouble with Seaside, especially looking at their strength of schedule. They have 5 wins, but none of the teams they've beaten have won more than did win more than 3 games this year. They have a couple common opponents with Henley. Seaside beat North Bend 35-24 in week 0. Henley beat North Bend 48-24 in week 5. And Marist Catholic, Henley beat Marist Catholic 19-16 in week 2. Marist Catholic turned around the very next week, went to Seaside, and beat them 35-7. So really all signs pointing to would suggest a fairly comfortable win for Henley, but some of Seaside's speedsters have really given the Hornets trouble, namely Ryder Jackson.
Yeah, you go into the game, it might look good on paper, but the Henley coaching staff, they knew what they were in for. I talked to a number of the coaches, and they all said the same thing, that this team has talent, and when you make mistakes, that's what evens the score a little bit. Henley made a lot of mistakes on special teams, some penalties, some tackles for losses at key times, and when you do that against a team that has the speed and the talent that they have on offense, you're going to give up some points. So I think that's what happened here. Henley, I'm sure right now at halftime, I think their number one thing that they want to address is that they just need to clean things up. They need to play a cleaner game, fewer penalties, fewer tackles for loss, and get that offense back on track. They're used to scoring more than 13. Seaside's right on track at about 20. So good first half, good even teams, and we're going to have a good finish.
You've got our scoring summary. Let's take a look at that.
See how things started off here in the first half. Joe Janney started off the scoring. 10:06 left to play in the first quarter. Just took a couple of minutes, 5-yard touchdown run, and Henley's out to a 7-0 lead. But the very next play from scrimmage, Ryder Jackson with a 50-yard touchdown run, missed extra point, and we are at 7-6 with 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Second quarter scoring, Ryder Jackson with a 3-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversion successful, and Seaside takes the lead 14-7. Joe Janney with another touchdown, a short touchdown, 1-yard run, 11:14 left to play in the second quarter. Henley missed the extra point, and they trailed at that point 14-13. Then at the very end of the first half, Zayden Anderson, 1-yard touchdown run, just 12 seconds left to play in that second quarter, and that's where we stand now with Seaside 20, Henley 13.
Once again, I want to welcome those who are listening to the audio of this stream over on the radio, 104.3 and 960 Sports here in the Klamath Basin, and KSWB up in Seaside. I know we're having a little bit of an audio issue earlier. On the radio side, we were able to get that fixed, so if you're listening, should be good for the rest of the game. Of course, we have our video stream on mybasin.com, and a big thanks to the Henley Boosters for providing the funding to cover the broadcast fee for this first-round OSAA state championship game. 14 seed over a 3 seed has Actually, this would be the second time it's happened in the past 3 years if Seaside is able to hold on in the second half. Back in 2022, number 14 seed Gladstone went to 3 seed Marist Catholic and won 21-20. This is it's an interesting time of year, Kevin.
It's the best time. These games, you lose, you're out. A lot on the line, meaningful games, and two good teams that have seen each other a lot. We made that trip to Seaside a number of years in previous seasons, and I always enjoyed that trip, playing up there. And this time they return the favor, and they come down here for a road game tonight.
We mentioned earlier, and we're going to put the bracket up here, Mazama is the reason that this game was played at Mazama. Well, 2 reasons. One, Henley's field got turned into a mud pit last week, completely torn up because of the monsoon that hit. And tonight, Mazama is out of town. They are at Pendleton Nick-Yahweh. Vikings got the 10 seed. The Buckaroos have the 7 seed. And right now they trail. Mazama trails 14-0 at halftime. Got 3 Basin teams in action this weekend, actually, in playoff games. Down in 2A, Lost River travels to Gaston tomorrow. Raiders the 9 seed, Gaston the 8 seed. Although Gaston was actually ranked 13th at the end of the season by the OSAA computer rankings. But because they won their league under OSAA rules, they're guaranteed a top 8 seed. So despite Lost River having to make themselves a pretty long trip up to Gaston, on paper, the Raiders should probably be favorites.
Yeah, I would agree. Lost River should be a favorite, like you said. A little bit of shuffling goes on in those postseason rankings. There was some shuffling in 4A, actually, as well, because some teams in the same conference were matched up against each other, and so some of those games change. You never really know what you're going to get till that Monday, and they ended up with Gaston on the road, so we'll see them tomorrow.
Winner of this game will face the winner of 6 seed Philomath against 11 seed LeGrand. Trying to get you an update on that score, and not having much luck at the moment. Philomath, though, would be a pretty tough matchup for either of these teams. The Warriors have the number 1 passing offense in 4A. They played in a pretty tough league this year. Well, not just pretty tough, the toughest in 4A. Going up against Marist Catholic, the 1 seed, Cascade, the 2 seed. Some pretty tough sledding for the Warriors.
Yeah, they had tough competition. They're no stranger to good teams, so if the winner of this game is to get them next week, that would definitely be a challenge.
Got about 4 minutes on the halftime clock. We are going to take another break. It's going to be 3 minutes and 20 seconds in length. We're calling out the break lengths for our friends up in Seaside who are running their own commercials. So in case you were wondering why we're doing that, we haven't done it all season, but trying to help everybody out. All right, back in 3:20. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. This is high school football on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here. providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Moments away from the second half here at Mazama. 14 seed Seaside leading 3 seed Henley 20-13 here in the first round of the OSAA OnPoint Community Credit Union 4A football championships. Henley, the defending state champions, trying to get back to the title game.
That's always a tough chore. You know, your personnel changes from season to season. They may be state champs, but there's a lot of – this team's got a definite different look to it than last year's club. But they've had a terrific season to this point, and I'm always impressed with Henley's second half. They usually make good adjustments, and they figure things out in that locker room. We'll see if they come out and they can erase this lead. They trail by 7 here at halftime, 20-13.
They'll have to get a stop as Seaside is set to receive the kickoff here to begin the third quarter.
I do have a score, Matt, from Philomath. Philomath leads 14-0 in that game. And that game's being played at Corvallis, Philomath Field, also a victim of wet weather last week. Want to thank Lewis for the scores. America has Sports Center. We have Lewis. He keeps us up to date. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Philomath, as we said, if that 14-0 lead holds, they will face the winner of this game in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they're playing the Grand tonight, same time. And we also did mention Mazama trails 14-0 at Pendleton.
That's actually a rematch of last year's first-round game with the seedings flipped. So last year, Mazama was the 7 seed. They hosted Pendleton Nick Yahweh, the 10 seed. They won 24-6. Buckaroos undoubtedly appreciating the chance to get some revenge.
just about ready to get underway here in the second half. I thought Seaside had real good rhythm offensively in that first half. Of course, they'll try to continue that. Henley needs to break it up, get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, and keep a spy on Jackson, who's had a very good game.
And we've got a new kicker. Looks like KJ Goff is going to handle this kickoff. Max Tobiasen on the sideline. Goff getting set. And here we go. Pretty good kick, returned from the 15-yard line by Hayden Halson. And Halson forges his way to the 30.
Jeremiah Brunick with a tackle. You know, we're used to seeing those kicks go out of the end zone in most cases, Matt, or a little bit deeper, so that's a tough break for Henley tonight. Having to change the kickers around a little bit. We're not sure.
Tobiasen's not coming in on defense either. He's got his helmet off and taking a seat on the bench. And it suggests he may not be fully healthy. Draw. Anderson with space. He'll be short of the first down marker.
It's a good carry on first down. Picked up about 8. Montag in on the tackle. And we'll see what Seaside does here with the pace. They have a 7-point lead. See if they take their time or if they hustle.
2nd and 2. Another run for Anderson. Anderson up the middle. He's got the first down and more, but a flag comes down late. Looks to be in the area where holding would be called. And Seaside knows it immediately. They're marching right back.
Yeah, I think that Jason Kern was causing all kinds of problems back there, and he was held. So a good defensive play from Henley, and that'll march the football back.
Potentially a big break for the Hornets here. That'll make it 2nd and 12. Can they take advantage?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of penalties in this game, and it's definitely had an effect on the game so far.
3 in the backfield with Anderson. Handoff, and immediately tackled for a loss. Nolan Sieben does it again.
Nolan Sieben really taking that assignment to the next level. After that first quarter, he has really been able to get through that line. And a good tackle for loss again. And that'll bring up a 3rd and very long now for Seaside.
You were saying he might be spying Ryder Jackson. Well, he was on him immediately there.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job.
3rd and 15. Anderson to throw. Pressure coming. Escapes up the middle. Hesitates for a second and takes off up the sideline. Is he going to have the first down? They're going to give it to him.
Anderson making the most out of a bad situation. He had nobody open down the field. Had to scramble to the near side. Sieben pushed him out, but he just picked up that first down. That was a huge play on 3rd down.
I mentioned he's got a Division III offer from Pacific. You could see it there. Next level vision Next level decision making. From the 40. Fake handoff. And Anderson, just powering his way forward for another first down.
Yeah, I think Seaside recognizes that Henley defense is focusing on Jackson, so that time a good fake to Jackson. And then Anderson, he's just been keeping the football, and he's finding room to run. He's had significant runs this entire drive, and that's good enough for another first down.
Anderson listed at 6'4", 215 pounds. I've seen several quarterbacks with builds like that, and they are so tough to bring down. He escapes the handoff as it was almost blown up and turns it into a gain.
Yeah, he had that ball in the belly of Jackson that time, and the last minute pulled it out. Was able to get a few yards. They are really working the running game here. They're seeing something that they like over there.
Anderson under center now. Jackson in the backfield receives the toss. Cuts inside. And another short gain. That's going to make it about 3rd and 4.
Joe Gianni makes his way over. A good tackle there. And it's 3rd and about 4. They probably have 2 downs here. I'm guessing if they didn't pick it up, they'll go for it.
This drive has now burned 4 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Anderson, draw, spins out of a tackle, and he'll have the first down. Zayden Anderson has been a one-man show on this drive.
That Henley defense was in the right spot. They just missed that tackle on first contact, and Anderson made a good spin to his left, and he was able to pick up another first down. You're right, Matt. They're just marching the football here. They have a real good rhythm to their offense, and they're able to execute so far.
$7:15 left in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Seagulls. Anderson hands it off, and Jackson is stopped at the line.
That was Jance Kale in there, making the tackle. That's just what you want if you're Henley there. No gain. That Henley defense is stingy. We've seen them give up yards on drives, but they can keep Seaside out of the end zone. That'll be mission accomplished. They've done that a couple times already tonight.
2nd and 10. Handoff. Jackson again met right at the line.
That was Joe Gianni coming up from his safety spot. Made a nice play on the end. That might have been Carpenter. My mistake. Carpenter and Gianni over there.
3rd and 10. Can Zayden Anderson come up with another big play to keep this drive going? Under 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Fake handoff. Anderson throwing over the head of Logan Norman.
Carpenter and Shively back there on coverage, and that's just what you want to do if you're Henley. Force those 3rd and longs, make your opponent pass the football, and then take your chances, and that's what happened. Good defense, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 10.
And Seaside is going to punt for the first time tonight.
Be a good place for a fake. I'd be careful here. Nope.
It's a low kick. Carpenter made like he was going to try to pick it up and run, but it's downed inside the 5 by Ryder Jackson. I'll tell you what, Carpenter last week against Mazama kind of pulled the same thing. It was a low kick. The ball was already waterlogged. He just kind of watched it, made like he was going to let it be down. That tricked some of the Mazama defenders into slowing up.
Right.
He was able to then pick the ball up, run with it, blow past those guys. Had a couple other defenders just slip on the wet field and then turned it up the sideline and was gone.
Yeah. Seaside may have seen it on video. They might be aware of that because they were all over covering up that kick right there.
5:31 left in the third quarter. Henley down by 7, starting from their own 4-yard line. It's a handoff to Kundal. Kundal into the secondary. Spins out of a tackle. Past the 20-yard line goes Trapper Kundal, and finally it takes 4 Seaside players to stand him up.
That was a terrific run from Kundal there. I was impressed with his balance on that play because he was moving side to side. He looked like he was going to go down. He was able to stay on his feet. A big carry. Henley was deep in their own territory after that good punt.
Puts Henley on their own 24. Plenty of breathing room now for the Hornets. Handoff to Brunick. Brunick dodges a tackler. Runs over another guy, but it's only going to be a gain of 1 as he's forced out at the far sideline.
These running backs on both teams really doing a nice job of avoiding tacklers. Jake White had a shot at him behind the line that time, and Brunick was able to escape and pick up a couple.
Kundal back in the backfield with Janney. Mark Carpenter lined up at the bottom of your screen. Looks like Bryson Montag there next to him. Designed run for Janney. Blows past the defender. Shakes another one. Slips free. There goes Joe Janney. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Henley.
Wow, what a run. He probably stiff armed it. He put the stiff arm on at least 2 tacklers, maybe a third. And then when he had a step on that defense, he is so fast. You just can't believe it until you see it time after time. No one was going to catch him. A long touchdown for the Hornets. 76 yards worth on that one.
Just like last week, things aren't quite there as much in the passing game, so they just run it, and Joe Janney can do that. They're going for 2 here, trying to take the lead. Carpenter in motion. Janney back to throw. Wide open. Henley leads. Mark Carpenter.
That was a great route. Mark just drug across the field, and he was all by himself in the far corner. Easy pass, easy catch, and Henley takes the lead.
What a gutsy call by the Hornets. 21-20 with 4:02 left in the third quarter.
That touchdown run, for those of you watching on the stream, that was something else. Joe Janney's long run. I was just amazed by his ability to shake off tacklers and then the speed. He got across midfield, and some defenders had a head start, but they just could not catch him.
KJ Goff back out there for the kickoff again.
Conversion's very important as this game progresses, and neither team having a whole lot of luck kicking, so good decision there to go for 2. Now Seaside will see if they can return the favor. They're now down 1.
Off with a kick down to the 15. It's returned by Halson, and he gets lit up inside the 25.
That's good pursuit from Brunick, and then Montag finished him off out there. Good coverage.
You can really feel the momentum starting to shift here.
Yeah, Henley generating some excitement on that last possession. That drive started on what, the 2 or the 3? They had to go the full length of the field. We'll see how Seaside responds. They were relying on their quarterback to run the football that last drive.
Starting from the 22. Jackson up the middle. Jackson breaks free. Caught at the 50. Flag down though. This is probably going to be a holding call.
And Jackson also has tremendous speed. Carpenter was the only one who was able to catch him.
Those are probably the 2 fastest guys on the field.
Yeah. And if Mark hadn't caught him, it would have been a touchdown for sure. Well, they're moving the chains. It looks like this is going to be against the Hornets.
It's a face mask against Henley. They thought it was a holding.
Yeah, I didn't see the face mask. It might have been away from the play too. I'm not sure. But that is going to add on 15 more to that long run. So
puts Seaside on the Henley 32.
Yeah, that was a huge gainer for them.
3:40 and counting left in the third quarter. Anderson back to throw, looking deep, broken up. Connor Shively. I'm not sure if he got a hand on it or not, but he was right there.
Yeah, he did. I think he got both hands on it. He was in the perfect spot to defend that pass. He made the leap at the right time and just knocked that ball out of there. Well done over there on that corner from Connor Shively.
Shively didn't show up on the stat sheet last week against Mazama. A lot of the defensive backs recorded very limited stats as, again, both teams had 1 pass attempt each. So those guys didn't see a whole lot of action.
Right. Yeah, last week was a very odd game. You won't see one like that very often. That was pretty much a one-off. Officials trying to figure things out. Okay, now we're going to play.
2nd and 10. Anderson under center. Hands it to Jackson. Jackson. Little stiff arm there on the right side, and he picks up 5.
Another good run. Henley was in good position to defend that. He just made a couple nice cuts and used his speed to get outside.
I think we got a Henley player cramping up over there. We'll take a break while they attend to him. Back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I love to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Henley players still getting stretched out over there. I think we'll take another 40. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. This is high school football on, well, okay, they're helping him up. Never mind, we will stay here.
I think that's Ronan Wright over there.
It is.
Looks like he's moving pretty well, so we may see him back in there. Not sure if it was a cramp or what, but he was on the far side of the field, actually on the Seaside sideline.
Yeah, it was a cramp. They started stretching him out immediately.
Yeah. But he was clear across the field, so took a little while to sort that out. And we'll pick up where we left off. Third down here now.
3rd and 4 to be exact.
Yeah.
3:13 left in the third quarter. Henley clinging to a 1-point lead.
Seaside has been successful moving the ball. They just haven't been able to finish some of their drives. And they're in Henley territory now.
Handoff. Jackson escapes for a moment, but he's wrestled down. He will have the first down. I thought he might turn on the Jets for a touchdown there, Kevin. Somebody caught up to him at the last second.
Yeah, Trapper Kundal probably saved a touchdown there. Jackson has that good combination. He's got a lot of speed, but he also runs low. He stays low and drives his shoulders. Keeps him square. He's a good runner.
As we mentioned earlier, he was second in the state in the 100 meters as a sophomore last spring. Ran an 11:06 at the 4A championships in Eugene. Bright future ahead of him. Here he goes. Touchdown Seaside. Ryder Jackson almost did it the last play. That time, no doubt about it.
That's his third touchdown rushing tonight. That play's been working for Seaside, and he was able to score on that one.
Seagulls going for 2. Going to try to make this a 7-point game. Anderson under center. Henley looks like they're going to send the house. Handoff outside. Jackson slips between 2 defenders, and the conversion is good. 28-21, 2:11 to go in the third quarter. And it looks like there's another Henley player cramping up. I mean, 2 Henley players down. We'll take a break. Back in 40 seconds here on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Ryder Jackson's third rushing touchdown of the night gives Seaside a 28-21 lead over Henley with 2:11 to go in the third quarter. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik.
What a game we have seen here, back and forth. Just what you like to see. Henley now will get their chance on offense. They had a great offensive drive last time they had the football. So they've got a little momentum going their way as well.
Zhang Kwang getting set to kick off for Seaside. It's a squib. Bobbled and picked up. This is Montag. Montag! Dragged down at the 35.
Montag with a nice return. Kept his composure. Picked up the football, made a nice run back. It'd be a good starting point for Henley on this drive.
So Henley once again finding themselves down 7. They need an answer here. Getting close to crunch time.
Yeah, not as many stoppages in this third quarter. Fewer penalties, some more runs. And we're inside of 2 minutes here left to play in the third quarter.
Update from Pendleton. Mazama now down 41-0. 6:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Play action. Janney deep for Carpenter. He's got it. Touchdown, Henley.
What a beautiful pass. You just can't let Carpenter get behind your defense. He is just too good, too quick, and Janney will find him. And he hit him right in stride with a long bomb. 63-yard touchdown pass for a touchdown.
First passing touchdown of the night for Joe Janney. And it's Mark Carpenter's 13th touchdown reception of the season. Hornets are going for 2 again. Janney throws. Was that the same play? I think it might have been. Connor Shively wide open on the left side.
Yeah, that was the same route. This time it was Shively instead of Carpenter. Janney just had to lay the football out there. Connor ran to it, and Henley gets 2.
And just like that, the Hornets are back in front, 29-28, 1:56 left in the third quarter. We'll take a break to catch our breath. Back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Our apologies, that was supposed to be a 40-second break. Got a full minute commercial in there for some reason. There's a holding on the kickoff. So that's going to put Seaside back at their own 27.
Yeah, that hold was right at the point where the ball was fielded. So it's going to go back even further, I think. Yeah.
Well, the holding occurred at the 27. They're going to send Seaside back to the 17. 1:48 to play in the third quarter. Henley up 29-28. Anderson, toss to Jackson. Jackson, spin move. Jackson will have the first down.
That was just a pitch play to the offense's right side. And when he has room over there, there's just no answer. He's just going to pick up yardage. And that was enough for a first down.
Anderson under center, 3 in the backfield. Handoff. Jackson bursts through. He's a couple yards short of the first down.
Yeah, that run was between the tackles that time. And that was still good for 7 or 8. So the running game is working here for Seaside. .40 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
Second and 2. Jake White now in at running back. It's a draw for Anderson, and Henley had it the whole way. Guess who? Nolan Sieben.
Sieben again. I'm not sure how he's doing that. He's finding a gap somewhere in there, and he's shooting right through there. And he's made some big plays for loss. And there's another one to end the quarter.
Henley 29, Seaside 28. The 3 seed trying to hold off the 14 seed here at Mazama. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. Buckle up. We're back for the fourth quarter in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Henley and Seaside going blow for blow in the third quarter. Hornets trailed 20-13 to start. They've taken a 29-28 lead. Seaside with a 3rd and 5 on the first play of the fourth quarter. Anderson under center and a flag.
This is a big third down.
It's offside against Henley, so that's going to make it first down.
Just another timely penalty helping out Seaside there. Normally you could live with a 5-yard penalty, but that was a 3rd and 5, just enough for the first. And the drive is extended.
Anderson under center. 3 behind him. Jackson, little hezzy, then goes up the middle, and he'll pick up 4.
Jason Kern making the stop in there for Henley. Still picked up about 4 on that carry. Seaside's been very good on first down. They're able to get 4 or 5 or more yards. That really helps out your playbook. You can call a lot of plays when you have second and short.
Still 3 in the backfield with Anderson, but he's in the shotgun now. He fakes the handoff and keeps it, dives forward. He'll be a yard short of the marker.
Kundal made a nice play to get behind the line there and knock him down before he picked up that first down.
Third and 1. 10:48 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Ryder Jackson all alone in the backfield. It's a sneak. Anderson will have the first down.
Seaside has converted those all night. Those third and short conversions. Another first down. The offenses seem to have things figured out here in the second half. Both teams have been moving the ball. Might be one of those things, Matt, where the last one that has it could win the game. We'll just see how it goes, but a stop here could be huge for the Hornets.
Looks like the same pitch out to Jackson. Dragged down for a loss. That time it was Mark Carpenter.
Yeah, good pursuit. He came up there in a hurry. Didn't let the back get around that edge. A tackle for loss. Well done.
2nd and 11. Anderson under center. Jackson. Dragged down. It's going to be a short gain. Gets to the Henley 45.
Trapper Kundal with a good tackle in traffic in there. Right in the middle of the field. And now Seaside's looking at 3rd and long. We'll see if they throw the football here.
3rd and 7. Jake White in the backfield with Anderson. It's a draw. Anderson. They get him just past the line of scrimmage.
Well defended from Henley. Theron Tyler, a big tackle on 3rd down.
Under 8.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Seaside's going for it. It'll be a 4th and 6.
If they were in the same spot earlier, and they've been aggressive all day, I thought they might go for it. They punted the last time. They're going to go for it here.
Anderson looking to throw. Rolls left. Launches downfield. And that one had no chance. He missed Braden Cooley by about 5 yards.
That was excellent coverage. Trapper Kundal had to go back into coverage from his linebacker spot there, something he doesn't do often, and he was right there. There was no place to throw the football, and it sailed out of bounds. What a defensive stop there for Henley. It's just what they needed. That was a huge play. We're just under 8 minutes now to go.
7:56 on the clock. I think that might have been Logan Norman, the intended target there, but either way, he was well covered. And Anderson just unable to put it where he could get it. Kundal fumbles. He's able to dive on it, but man.
That was a near miss there. It just wasn't a good handoff there between Janney and Kundal. And the ball just kind of dropped right in front of him. He was able to cover it up. Just a 1 yard loss. Could have been a lot worse there. We'll bring up 2nd down and long.
2nd and 11. This time it's a play action, quick throw. Mark Carpenter was tightly covered. Henley wants PI.
Yeah, he got a pretty good bump coming across the middle there on a post route, and there was no call. Janney took about a 3-step drop and fired that ball, and Carpenter was knocked off of his route. The ball falls incomplete. There's no call.
3rd and 11 here for the Hornets.
It's a tough break there for the Hornets. Had a good play dialed up there.
Jeremiah Brunick is the running back alongside Joe Janney. Mark Carpenter lined up at the bottom of your screen. Now he comes in motion. Fake handoff. Janney back to throw. Pressure coming. Janney escapes, throws on the run. It's caught. Oh, my. Mark Carpenter. Are you kidding me? Flag down.
We'll sort the flag out. Unbelievable play. Unbelievable. What a great play by Carpenter and Janney right there. Carpenter was in motion to the far side, and then Janney got in trouble, and Carpenter had the sense to find a spot on that sideline. Janney threw it to him on the run, and then he evaded a couple tacklers and made his way all the way down to the end zone. And now you've got to sort the flag out. What a play, though. Kind of a broken play.
I think that's going to be a block in the back at the 1 yard line.
Just
takes the touchdown off the board.
They will get all the yardage, so it's not the worst thing, but just another key mistake that looked to be a long touchdown. Now Henley will have to do a little more work.
And now Seaside's going to take a timeout. 6:59 to go. Henley leads 29-28. We're back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
Sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
Really nice.
First and 10, Henley at the 15-yard line. Handoff, Kundal, upended at the 15.
Jake White with a big play. Wasn't going to let that one get around the end that time. Good tackle. A loss of a yard. We have seen some just outstanding individual plays by so many players tonight. Some really good football, really good skills on display.
2nd and 11. Kundal still in the backfield with Janney. 6:14 on the clock. Handoff. Kundal loses it. Dives right on it. But another unforced error by the Hornets.
Yeah, not sure what's going on down there. Hornets are usually pretty sure with the football, but they've had a little bit of trouble on this drive.
That'll make it 3rd and 13. Designed run, Janney. Janney has blockers. Janney has a touchdown. Five and a half minutes to go. Henley goes up 35-28.
That time, Janney just kind of didn't use his speed as much that time, just kind of used his vision, kind of weaved his way around that end on this near side of the field and found the end zone again. Another rushing touchdown.
Henley's going to go for it, and this would make it a 2-possession game. Massive 2-point conversion here. Kundal alongside Janney. Janney to throw. Kern! 2-point conversion's good! (37-28) with 5.5 to go.
The conversions have been huge in this game. What a play. It drew up another beauty. This time it was Kern, a third receiver, catching a conversion pass for 2 points.
And we want to take you back to earlier. Max Tobiasen, Henley's usual kicker, had a couple of PATs blocked in the first half. He has not been out there at all in the second. It appeared he may be a bit injured. I think he's still sitting on the bench with his helmet off, so.
Yeah, and on that last drive, Matt, it was third. You know, if they get in a 4th down situation near the goal line late, they would normally try a field goal. They might not have that option going forward, so that is a key point to this game.
And KJ Goff, the backup kicker, has been handling kickoffs, but I guess they just don't feel comfortable having him kick PATs. Luckily, they're 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions. Kickoff returned from the 20. Just shy of the 40.
The Seaside will get a pretty good place to start here, out near the 40-yard line. But they will need to score twice. That conversion was huge for Henley. We're at 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to play, so time a bit of a factor. Seaside does have all 3 timeouts. We'll see if they pick up the pace here a little bit, trailing by 9.
I will note that Tobiasen's injury definitely not something the Henley boys soccer team wants to see either.
Right.
They've got a big quarterfinal game tomorrow against the Dowls. 4 versus 5 matchup. Anderson back to throw. Anderson going deep for Jackson! Off his hands, but a flag!
They're going to call pass interference on that, and Shively had the coverage, and then Montag came over with help. They defended that just right. They had players in the right spot. The official felt like perhaps one of those players got there a little bit early.
And Henley fans are irate.
Henley fans not thrilled
at that call, especially
no.
after they felt like there should have been one called against Seaside earlier on an incomplete pass to Mark Carpenter.
So they'll take the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and they'll march off 15 yards, and that's
5:17 on the clock.
That's where this drive will resume now.
Seagulls far from out of this one.
Henley had good coverage there. They weren't surprised. They were ready for that long pass, just a tough break.
Ball spotted on the Henley 47. Anderson back to throw. Pressured by Sieben. Gets away. Now they get him down. Oh, he almost broke out of that one. But it will be a sack.
Cooper Mathis finished him off that time. You mentioned, Matt, he had a little help from Sieben. Good pressure from that Henley line.
2nd and 13. Clock still running, 4:45 and counting. Play action, quick throw. Made the catch but got ran over. Not sure who that was.
I think that was Ronan Wright over there. And that was only good for about a yard. It was a really short route. That Henley defense now, they're playing smart defense. They're keeping everyone in front. They don't want to get anybody behind them. They can give up some completions in front. Just nothing long.
3rd and 12, inside 4 minutes to go. Anderson under center. Anderson has a pocket. Lets it go. Broken up. Mark Carpenter.
Henley defense really making some big plays. That was a well-thrown ball. That Carpenter just took a leap, took his outside hand and knocked that ball away. Perfect defense out there. And that brings up a 4th down. With 3:45 to go, Seaside will have to go for it.
4th and 12. Anderson with time. Steps up. Drag down. Flag comes in late. Nolan Sieben got him from behind, but what's the call?
Nolan Sieben has been all over that backfield. Just playing so well. We'll see what the call is here.
Offsetting penalties. 1st down, wait.
It was after the play, so Henley will get possession, and then they'll mark off the personal foul after the dead ball. So Henley will maintain possession, but they're going to be backed up. I didn't see what happened after the play.
I didn't either.
The players were excited because they did have that 4th down stop. So Henley will get the football, but they're a little worse off as far as field position.
3:35 to go.
Seaside has all 3 timeouts. This is where it's kind of tricky. You don't want to be too conservative here if you're Henley. You want to try to string some 1st downs together. There's still time.
It's a handoff. Making a cut. That's Mark Carpenter. He's got the 1st down. Henley getting creative with their personnel, and it pays off.
Well, they started the game like this, where they moved Carpenter around and found a way to get him the football, and he ran that ball hard that time. He did not want to be tackled. You could just tell he stepped things up on that run. And he brought the ball almost to midfield.
Such a dynamic athlete, Mark Carpenter.
We've seen some incredible individual performances tonight from a number of players, on both sides.
I think he and Carpenter and Janney are the two guys on this team that are a threat anytime they have the ball in their hands. And here goes Janney. Janney caught inside the 20.
You're right, Matt. Janney and Carpenter really running the ball well when you need them to. Joe that time just a great run, showcasing his speed again down the near sideline. A big chunk of yardage there. And that's good news for Henley now with 2:40 left. And they have the ball inside the 20.
Carpenter still in at running back. Handoff up the middle. Tried to run over a man, but got upended. He is down inside the 5, though. So Henley can really bleed some clock here.
Carpenter running the ball with authority. He's sure-handed. That's what you want. Maintain possession. First and goal for Henley.
2:10. Clock ticking. Ball on the 3-yard line. Janney will try to take it in himself, and he does. And the Hornets will survive. 43-28. A minute 59 on the clock.
That's just the kind of drive you want. Ball control, you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to be too conservative, and Henley did that just right. Marched down the field and scored the decisive touchdown.
Kundal now in at running back. Janney back to throw. Janney looking, leaping, Montag, got it. No. Well, he did make the catch, but he was out of bounds, they say. Either way, it's a 15-point lead for Henley with a minute 59 to go. We'll take a break as the Hornets look to close this one out. Back in 40 here on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Joe Janney's 6th touchdown of the night, his 5th on the ground, gives Henley a 43-28 lead with a minute 59 to go in the fourth quarter. KJ Goff boots it to the 10, and that's going to roll for a touchback.
That's a good time for a touchback. Don't want to give up any kind of a run back. That's just what you want.
Henley at this point just has to prevent a big play. 1:59 to go. They lead by 15.
Seaside did not use any of their timeouts on that last drive, so they have all 3. But they will definitely need to score quickly to get back in this.
Anderson to throw. Lets it go. It is incomplete. Intended target was Hayden Halson.
Shively out there on the coverage. Just ran out of real estate on this near side. Not enough room to make that grab. The clock stops, and we have second down.
Second and 10. 1:53. Seagulls in full passing mode now. Anderson in trouble and sacked. Cooper Mathis.
He's had some big plays tonight. Called his name a few times. Henley getting the big plays in the second half when they needed the big play. First half, some untimely errors, but in the second half really made some good corrections. Played a lot cleaner. And they have a 15-point lead.
3rd and 15. Clock running. I think Seaside has more or less waved the white flag here. A valiant effort from the Seagulls, but they will fall short in their upset bid. Anderson's throw to Jackson is good enough for a first down.
They still got a little bit of time. You know they're going to air it out. Take a few deep shots. Anderson can throw the ball almost all the way to the end zone from here. So they'll take some shots, use some timeouts.
And they've used one here. We will keep it here. You can hear Alex Stork in the box next to us talking about Zayden Anderson. He said he's got a 50-yard arm, and he most certainly does.
Yeah, he does. And so you still have to play this out. If they get a quick touchdown and an onside kick, you never know. So there's still some game to be played here. Henley's played very well defensively in this especially this fourth quarter. So they'll do what they've been doing. They'll try to get pressure on the quarterback and keep those receivers in front. And hopefully that clock will just run out.
53 seconds to go. Anderson in trouble, gets the pass off. Jackson with space, blowing past defenders, and they finally get him down at the 30.
Yeah, that's one thing about having a weapon like that. You don't need to throw the ball 50 yards in the air. You can just throw it 15 or 20 and let your running back run the rest. Big pickup. It looked like, I think Seaside was trying to spike the football there, stop the clock. That was the case, so it'll be second down now. They just spiked the ball, stopped the clock with 40 seconds to go. They're in scoring range here.
And what do we have now?
The officials are going to...
40 seconds on the clock, and it's an official's timeout.
Had a few of those tonight. I'm not sure what they're looking at. Get the clock squared away. Got the ball set in the right spot.
Second and 10.
Okay, here we go.
Anderson pressured immediately. Sacked! He lost the ball. It was recovered. Nolan Sieben, the human wrecking ball.
What a play again. That time, he was pushed beyond the quarterback, and he came from behind to make the tackle. So good effort there. He didn't give up. Once he got pushed past the quarterback, he came back and made that play. And that's going to force another timeout from Seaside.
"31 seconds to go. Henley right on the verge of their 4th straight state quarterfinal appearance.
Well, they had to earn it tonight. That was quite a game. Seaside played very well. I felt like they came in here and they had a good game plan and they executed early. And they gave Henley everything they wanted tonight.
No question. And this was a team that made the state semifinals last year. And despite their regular season struggles at times against higher caliber teams, they matched up well with the Hornets tonight.
They did.
Anderson looking, launching. Jackson hauls it in, touchdown. Oh my goodness. What a catch.
You could just tell that they have confidence in each other. Jackson went up and got that football. Montag was over there. Pretty good coverage, but Anderson made the throw. Jackson came down with a football. And they've cut the lead to 9, pending the extra point. What a great throw and catch there.
If that is indeed the final touchdown pass of Zayden Anderson's high school career, pretty good one to end on.
Yeah, that was.
Ryder Jackson, only a junior. Henley's going to be hoping they don't see him again next year. Hornets are going to take a timeout prior to this PAT.
Yeah, that's his 4th touchdown of the night. So Janney with 5, Jackson with 4, and a lot of other big contributors tonight. Nolan Sieben on defense, just all over the place. Defensive secondary, playing very well for Henley as well. Cooper Mathis, some big plays tonight. Just good all-around effort. Makes for a fun high school playoff football game.
No doubt about it. So Zhang Kwang is on for the PAT. And now we have an official timeout. Henley making a late substitution on defense. 26 seconds on the clock.
So this would cut it to 7.
8.
Oh, yes, they are kicking, Matt. Yes, 8, that's right.
Kick is up and good. So the Seagulls not dead just yet. 26 seconds on the clock. All Henley has to do, though, is recover this onside kick. And they've done well with that this season.
They do have a good hands team. They should be good. I'm working on my math skills now, Matt, to make sure I can count next time this comes up. I missed that one. Okay. Henley does lead by 8.
Got to whip out the calculator.
Yes. Well, I was surprised they kicked it because we haven't seen much of that. They're going for 2 most of the evening. But Henley gave up a touchdown there, but they did make them use a lot of the time. So all you have to do here is fall on the football, and you can get out of here with a win. So Henley's going to put the best 11.
And the Hornets are going to use a timeout.
Yep, they want to talk about this. Just remind the players that all that matters is you fall on the football. You don't have to advance it or run it back. Just fall on it, and that's it. The ball has to go 10 yards. I'm sure they're telling the players that also. You don't need to touch it if it doesn't go 10. Just a friendly reminder. Coach Green down there letting everybody know what's going on. I really admire how this team maintain their composure. They have a team come into town and play as hard as Seaside did tonight, but Henley just stuck with their game plan and cleaned up some of those penalties and have a chance now to seal this deal.
No question, Kevin. I think all in all, both teams did themselves really proud tonight.
Sure, absolutely.
Onside kick will not go 10 yards. And that will do it. Henley is going to come out in victory formation, and the Hornets will survive.
What a well-fought game. Huge win for the Hornets. And they'll earn another game here in Klamath Falls next week.
Will be against either the 6 seed Philomath or the 11 seed LeGrand. Last update we got, I believe, Philomath, it's now 26-7 Warriors. That's going to be a challenge for Henley as well.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Warriors have the top passing offense in 4A.
Another score, Scappoose, late in the game there. They're up 28-0 over Hidden Valley. One of our conference brethren playing in Scappoose.
Scappoose on the other side of the bracket. They're the 5 seed, Hidden Valley the 12. Janney takes a knee, and that's it. Henley 43, Seaside 35. Your final here at Mazama. The Hornets are going back to the state quarterfinals, and their dream of repeating as state champions is still alive. We'll take a break and try to recap all of what was a thrilling game from start to finish in our post-game show. Be back in my break clock says 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. You're watching high school football on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Henley 43, Seaside 35, your final here at Mazama. The 3 seed and defending state champions survives a valiant effort by the 14 seed.
There are 45 second half points scored by both teams. Just a wild game. The teams really figured out their offenses in that second half, and it just made for just a great game to watch and some good efforts out there. Henley comes away with a win, though.
Yeah, you've well, first let's go through the scoring summary.
Well, the game started off with some scoring right away. Joe Janney, 5-yard touchdown run for Henley. Henley jumped out to a 7-0 lead, but then one play later, Ryder Jackson for Seaside with a 50-yard touchdown run. Janney would end the game with 5 rushing touchdowns, Ryder Jackson with 4. So a lot of scoring in this one. Second quarter scoring, Ryder Jackson added a 3-yard touchdown run. Seaside takes a 14-7 lead. Then Janney gets a 1-yard touchdown run. Henley pulls to within 1, 14-13. Quarterback Zayden Anderson, he also carried the ball very well tonight and threw well for Seaside. He scored from 1 yard out. At halftime, Seaside with a 20-13 lead. Third quarter, Joe Janney with a huge 76-yard touchdown run, and then Mark Carpenter with a 2-point conversion, and Henley takes the lead 21-20. Ryder Jackson scores again for Seaside, 17-yard touchdown. They also get the conversion, and then they lead 28-21. Henley comes back, 63-yard touchdown pass to Mark Carpenter. That conversion also completed to Connor Shively. Henley takes the lead back, 29-28. Then the fourth quarter, Joe Gianni with a 17-yard touchdown run. Jason Kern with a conversion. Henley takes a 37-28 lead, and that 2-score lead would be a big factor down the stretch. Seaside had to hurry things up. Gianni with a 3-yard touchdown run, 43-28, and then late in the game, with 26 seconds to play, Jackson with his 4th touchdown, 40-yard touchdown catch, and that narrows the score to 43-35, and that's how it finished up. Henley with the win.
I mean, again, you have to give every commendation to Seaside. I mean, that did not look like a 14 seed. That looked a lot more like the team that made the state semifinals last year. But Henley, for their part, and for the most part, looked like the defending state champions. They were able to come through with the responses that were necessary to overcome a really well put together, a strong upset bid.
Yeah, and that's when you know you have a good team, because Seaside didn't look like they traveled all that far and step off the bus and have a bad first 5 minutes. None of that. They came out strong, and they put Henley at a deficit. Seaside was ahead at the half, but Henley, I just felt like they really kept their composure. They executed their game plan and really mixed up that playbook. Both teams were creatively coached, I thought, and they made some good moves. Henley just made some key stops in that third, fourth quarter, and they were able to just stretch that lead out just enough to where they could pick up the win.
Yeah, I think the adjustments really worked.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more break to take. When we come back, we will take a look try to round up some scores from around the other parts of the bracket, and we'll forecast next week's state quarterfinal matchup and maybe a little bit beyond that for Henley. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. We are back in 3 minutes and 47 seconds here on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Yeah, that was a good game. Yes.
Not a bad thing to get a wake-up call early either.
Once again, Henley 43, Seaside 35, your final here at Mazama. Hornets advance to the state quarterfinals for the 4th year in a row. We're going to put the bracket back up as we take a look at some scores from elsewhere. Mazama going to Pendleton, Nick Yahweh losing 41-0 in a rematch of the team's first-round matchup from last year. Pendleton Nick Yahweh will advance to face the winner of Cascade and Malala. A lot of these games are still ongoing, as there were only 3 that started at 6. Mazama, this game, and Crook County Tillamook. That game actually did result in an upset. The 13-seed Cheesemakers ending the 4th-seeded Cowboys' perfect season. We do have an ongoing score, though, from Scappoose and Hidden Valley. Scappoose up big. Last we checked, 42-0. And as for who Henley will be facing next week, it is most likely going to be Philomath. They lead 33-14 over LeGrand. That's going to be a challenge for Henley, too. The Warriors bring the top passing quarterback in 4A. Number 2 in the state, Caleb Russell, 2,703 yards during the regular season. That's the number 2 in the state. 35 passing touchdowns, also number 1 in 4A, also number 2 in the state. He only trails Wilsonville quarterback Mark Weipert in both of those categories, who's an Oregon State baseball commit. So, up there with the best of the best, as they say.
Yep. Yeah, Henley will have to watch some video, which I'm sure they will, but they'll have to rely on those defensive backs again, who I thought played great tonight. They played really well, especially in the clutch when they needed to play great. They played great. And then some good line play also, as far as putting pressure on the quarterback at key times. You can't do it every down, but when it's important, Henley seemed to be there, especially in the second half.
No doubt about it. I think this game was probably what Henley needed in several ways. You know, bit of a wake-up call, perhaps. A reminder that you really can't take anybody for granted this time of year, no matter what their seed is. And a good chance to get some practice going against a really good passer, because that's what they're going to be facing next week.
Right. Yeah, you're seeing good teams by this time of the season. You're not going to have any easy games, so they're definitely going to have a challenge in front of them next week.
And we will be there next week as Henley looks to return to the state semifinals. I will say, one note about the semifinals, if Henley does advance, it seems fairly likely at this point that they would be facing Cascade, the 2 seed. That actually is a fairly favorable matchup for the Hornets, because Cascade is pretty banged up. They lost their excellent running back, Bryce Kinsey, to a torn ACL. He was the leading rusher in 4A at the time when he went out with, I believe week 8 was when they lost him. And he's still on the statewide leaderboard. He finished with over 1,200 rushing yards. Big loss for the Cougars, who are, interestingly, were a team that Henley faced last year in the regular season, and were one of the few squads that really gave the Hornets a game, as they rolled through pretty much everybody on their way to a state championship.
Yeah, they have a good program and a good tradition at Cascade. They won tonight. They beat Malala, so they'll be advancing as well. So, yeah, we could see them in a couple weeks if things work out.
Whatever happens and wherever the Hornets end up, we will be there. That we can promise you. Next week will be our final video broadcast, semifinals and championship game. If it gets to that point, will be radio only, because the NFHS network has exclusive video streaming rights to the semifinals and finals. We do want to thank, again, the Henley Booster Club for covering the broadcast fee for tonight's game. They will also be doing that next week. So big thank you to them. And I believe that about does it for us here at Mazama. So for my partner, Kevin Petrik, I'm Matt Bowling. saying one more good night as the Hornets advance to the state quarterfinals with a 43-35 win over Seaside. You've been watching high school football on mybasin.com and listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports and KSWB. Good night.